What's up, guys? I want to talk about Canelo versus Crawford again, of course. So if you don't know me by now, you'll see the predictions. I made a Floyd Mayweather video. I got all the receipts on this channel versus Canelo back in the day. I said it would be an easy upset. I'm sorry, I said it would be an easy win for Floyd for many reasons, and I get into it in that video. If you want to check that video out, go through the archive. You'll see that I have receipts. If you're here for the first time, it's not like I'm just a casual boxing fan. I've been watching boxing all my life and all that good stuff. So I'm going to give you my breakdown on this fight real quick, again, in a follow-up video, because these videos, people like them. So they want to see who's going to win. I get it. Some people are doing whatever. They're betting. I don't endorse gambling or anything like that. I would say put your money in the stock market, make those moves, and get ETFs. That's another story for another video. High-quality ETFs. So anyway, I want to tell you guys, I know I haven't looked at much media, like I stated in the previous video. I haven't looked at what other people are saying because I don't want to be influenced. In fact, I don't even know who is, I don't even know who's the favorite. I'm assuming they made Canelo favorite because he's bigger. When I say bigger, it doesn't necessarily mean taller. It's just like he's a bigger guy coming from a heavier division. You know where Canelo was and what he's fought at and how he got up there. So yeah, you got Crawford going up in weight for the first time to 168 professional bout. His fight with Spence, he looks spectacular. Spence is a great fighter as well, and pound for pound king right now is Crawford, even at an advanced age in boxing. Anyway, he's older. He's 35 years old. That's not, he's like 35, right? He's not a spring chicken. Anyway, I'm recording in my car, obviously. So I want to talk about why this is not a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, whereas I just already know. I haven't looked, but I'm just assuming, because they always do this when there's two good fighters or a great fighter versus a really, really good fighter, especially with the weight difference, and people are going to be like 50-50 fight. All these boxing experts, so-called fake boxing experts, I like to call them, because a lot of them are not consistent across the board with their predictions for like many years. And if you go back and look at a lot of these people that, like, they're writers and they get a check, of course it's their business, they got to write it, but a lot of these writers don't know. They know names, they know everything else, but yet they don't consistently, a lot of them, I'm sure there's some that get it right, but a lot of them are not consistent with their fight predictions, as well as people in boxing. I've been watching boxing all my life, so my predictions over the years have been, well, I would say well above 75, maybe above 80% in being accurate. All the receipts are on this channel. I won competitions with Showtime. I think I won 2 from what I remember. The receipts are here. You can see I pick over 10 fights in a row easily. And right, I pick them right. Consistency. So this, for me, is not, when I think about this fight, is not a 50-50 fight. And I'm just assuming that a lot of these boxing people in boxing circles, this is a 50-50 fight. In my mind, or my boxing IQ, it's not. Assuming that Crawford at his weight could bring up his speed and his footwork and sustain that in this fight, it looks like to me that he could win this going away on points. Canelo's gonna have to try to make it a really ugly, rugged fight to even get close and actually land something big. Crawford, over the years, he's never lost for a reason. He makes adjustments. He's a high quality, elite ring general. You don't see fighters like this every day. For those, if there's people out there, I'm sure if you think of it, there's people saying it, he's gonna get knocked out. Canelo's gonna knock him out and put him to sleep real quick. Fighters like Crawford don't get put to sleep real quick. It just doesn't happen ever. He's a pound for pound legend. I don't care how big the fighter is. He's just not gonna go to sleep quick. That would take an extraordinary amount of work for Canelo and consistency in the ring with big shots. He would have to hurt him with a body shot. He would have to get really, I don't want to say lucky, but he would have to get really good shots off, because from what I could see, even with the weight difference, it's an agreement. They're both going to weigh in at a certain weight, and Canelo's going to probably load up a little bit on his weight. It's going to be more plotting, and you know, I'm telling you, it would take a hellacious punch to keep Crawford, a fighter like Crawford, down. It could happen for sure. Pacquiao, remember back in the day, Morales, was it Morales? I'm forgetting the name. Sorry, it's I don't have, Pacquiao versus, you know who I'm talking about. I can't recall the name right now. The guy that drank his own urine, Marquez. Pacquiao all of a sudden was face planted, you know, and that was it. I don't think this is going to happen with Crawford. I think Crawford's going to win this going away on points. The more I think about it, Canelo's going to have to make it really ugly, get close to him. and get his back on the ropes. He's gonna have to really force body shots early. He can never let Crawford get ahead on points. And then if he does, which it looks like Crawford's ahead on points, Canelo's going to be playing catch up until the very last minute. A lot of people are going to be hoping that somehow there's a miracle knockout. I don't think that's going to happen. So we're going to see how this all plays out. Damn, I got something popping up on my screen I should have closed. But anyway, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Canelo he's a really good fighter. He has the weight advantage, sure. He has the big power, sure. But he's got to get in the right position to land it. Crawford is pound for pound for a reason. He's never lost for a reason. When he was hurt against Yuriorkis Gamboa for the first time that you could visibly see he was shook and rocked, he adjusted. He made the adjustments on a fly. He has a boxing IQ. Things are going on in his head. He does things like a Mayweather level elite fighter. I'm not saying he's like Mayweather, style-wise exactly, but I'm saying he's at that level of Mayweather. You understand? At the level. In a previous video, someone said, oh, as soon as you've been talking about Mayweather, I shut the video off. And by the way, I don't believe that person, because they actually were writing this. So that means they were listening to me as they were writing it. So they didn't shut the video off right away. So this is my point. My point is, a really good fight's going to happen on Netflix. Is it worth getting Netflix for? Hell yeah. They know what they're doing. This is not like a celebrity BS fight. You boxing fans know what I'm talking about. This is not a Jake Paul versus Tyson scam fight. I called that one before it even happened. Yeah, this is, by the way, I even called the Conor McGregor one. To remember that one? I said Floyd. I said bet the house on Floyd winning. If you're ever going to bet, don't endorse gambling, this is the fight to bet on. You bet everything on Floyd winning because he's going to win easily. A lot of boxing fans or casual fans are disillusioned by hype. You could really probably, I can imagine what they're putting together on this. They're probably putting together a great package, and it makes like Canelo maybe is going to knock out Crawford. I don't see that happening in this world. You just don't knock out a fighter like Crawford. Are you crazy? Knock out Crawford? I mean, maybe it was 37, 38, 38. If it was that, in his last fight he looked great. So I'm holding out. In my prediction here, I'm giving him some youth left where he could utilize his legs, his stance switches, and his boxing IQ, and he can get around Canelo and avoid just getting into a disastrous fight slugfest. That's a no-no. If you're Crawford's people, you're constantly training him in training camp. You just want to get off the ropes. No back on the ropes, Crawford. Use your leg work, confuse and frustrate Canelo all the way to a decision win. There's no way Crawford in this world is going to also knock out Canelo. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't see that happening either. So to put this to a simple prediction, shooting straight marbles here, boom. As Zab Judah's, I think, a dad trainer once said, someone shoots straight marbles. I never forgot it. That's a good saying. Old school Brooklyn. I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to lose this on points, and there's going to be a lot of people pissed off. A lot of Canelo fans especially, and a lot of people that bet. You know, if they're going to be like, he ran. You know, this is the sweet science. Hit, not get hit. That's why Floyd Mayweather was so great. Crawford's more exciting because he does get hit more than Mayweather. He does get caught. It does give Canelo a good chance to actually hurt him, at least put him down. But I said with the judges, they're sketch, because like, let's just say Canelo has an amazing round or two, or he buzzes Crawford gets hurt, even goes down, but yet wins most of all the other rounds, like 8 rounds out of 12. They're going to give it to Canelo, right? Because he's the younger guy, and he looks like he's going to keep going with his career, whereas Crawford looks like he might retire after this. Should he? I don't know. He should take an easy fight for a couple million to save, get as much millions as he can for his retirement. He only got one shot at this. You know how it is with boxing. A lot of these guys and sports athletes, they go broke. They do what the common person does, but at a higher level. They get a Lamborghini. They got all these expenses, managers, training camp, all this stuff they got to take care of. And then they end up like they're 45 years old and they're broke. Just like with a lot of average Americans, unfortunately. They go out there, they start flexing, they start buying things. Even if they make 150 grand a year, they're out there flexing, they're living in Rolexes, and they're making, like, they have no money left. They're in credit card debt. I've seen it. This is just all bad moves. So anyway, Crawford should stick around and take an extra fight probably. Should he retire? Elite wins this fight, boom. Honestly, he has nothing to lose, because even if Canelo beats him, it's like, oh, he beat an older Crawford, a smaller guy, right? He's not going to just, there's always something. I'm not making excuses. It's fun. It's just real talk. It's just fun predicting these things. So anyway, I think Canelo is going to lose on points. Does he have some moments? Sure, where he catches Crawford. But like I said, Crawford makes these adjustments, whereas normal other fighters can't do. So I think that's going to be really, really awesome to see this fight. It's going to be dope. I'm actually, it's been a while. I'm pumped up to see this fight. So Crawford, decision win. Canelo is going to be looking for a knockout. And if Canelo starts getting behind on points, he's going to become very frustrated. He's got to make it a dirty, nasty dogfight to get Crawford out of his game. He's got to make it a dogfight. Crawford should just be trying to get points, sweet science, make the adjustments, hit, not get hit, frustrate the hell out of Canelo, and then you're going to see some magic happening. You're going to see the sweet science and a boxing lesson take place. Could it happen? Absolutely. Do I want to see it happen? I just want to see a good fight, really. I really don't. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, it's just a freaking fight. It's not like I got stake in this. I'm not betting on this. You crazy. Betting on this? Pfft. I got endless shares of Nvidia. I got great stuff, retirements and stuff. I don't need to gamble. That's straight up lose money gambling. What? Invest in the market, guys. Invest in retirement funds. Do something with yourself. The gambling stuff, I don't know. Not a good idea. But anyway, even if you know who's gonna win, but I think that Crawford's gonna take this. It's gonna take this away, running. It's gonna get a lot of people pissed off. Unless you're a Crawford fan, obviously. I just want to see a great boxing match. Anyway, I'm out. See you in the next one.